In the woods of Texas lives an unassuming little snake that at first glance might not look like much, but lives a strangely secretive lifestyle and has one of the most unique diets of any reptile. Meet the flat-headed snake, a species of centipede snake found out west of the Mississippi River. And while it is among one of the most common snakes of this region, its secretive lifestyle and interesting habits make it something most people here will live their entire lives without even knowing about. I'm Mikey Green, and my goal is to show just how little we really know about the strange creatures living their hidden lives all around us. And what better animal to show this with than with this weird little snake that might actually be living right outside your front door right now. I usually explore South Florida, looking for some of the strangest creatures my homeland has to offer. So this Texas environment is completely new for me. Yet still, the methods I use remain the same. I flip cover on the ground, in this case rocks, to unveil some truly strange subterranean wildlife. And it didn't take long to finally find one of these flat-headed snakes. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness, check this out. This is something I've wanted to see for such a long time. Not just this species, but any member of the group that this beautiful animal is in. So let's learn all about the flat-headed snake. All right, check this little guy out right here. This is my lifer, flat-headed snake. This is a species that cannot be found where I live in Florida, but is actually one of the most common species of subterranean snakes to find here in Texas. Now it is a very small species of snake. This is a baby. They do get a little bit bigger than this, but you can definitely still see all the distinctive features of the flat-headed snake. First of all, of course, that flat head. They use that to be able to dig into the ground. They almost use their head like a shovel to dig underneath the rocks like the rock I found this one underneath, as well as underneath the leaf litter and into soil, underneath logs, other cover that can be found on the ground to hunt their prey, which is mostly invertebrates. Now, what is very special about members of the group that this snake is in, genus Tantilla, is that another name for them is centipede snakes. Now, yeah, these do behave kind of like centipedes, but that's not where the name comes from. Their name actually comes from members of this snake genus Tantilla's habit of eating centipedes. That's right, these tiny little snakes, which by the way are completely non-venomous and harmless to people, are capable of taking down small centipedes, and at full-grown size, which is usually around this big, even some larger centipedes. Now the species in that genus out in the eastern United States are called the crown snakes because they have a very distinctive black marking on top of the head. However, the patterning of this Tantilla species is very different from the ones where I'm from in Florida. It doesn't really have that black on the top of the head, and is mostly a light grayish brown. However, what you might not be able to notice until I show you the bottom is it has a beautiful bright red belly that contrasts sharply with the top. I'm actually not entirely sure what the purpose of that would be, but it makes it pretty easy to tell when you have a flat-headed snake that you've found underneath a rock. Just look as it's using its little flat nose to try and dig into my finger, thinking that it's trying to escape by making a little burrow. It's not gonna do that. I'm gonna have to put you back very soon because I don't want to stress you out too much. But wow, I am so excited to finally be finding my lifer flat-headed snake. This is one of my biggest targets here in Texas, and it feels amazing to finally be finding one. What a beautiful animal this is. Let's put it right back where we found it. This flat-headed snake is far from the only amazing creature that can be found underneath these rocks out here in this Texas woodland ecosystem. In fact, this habitat was full of life I'd never seen before in my entire life. These are elongate razorjaw ants, or Leptogenus elongata, one of the most unique ants out here, being found in rocky ecosystems in the southwestern US and Mexico. These are subterranean ants, where they feed almost entirely on isopods, and being closely related to trapjaw ants, their mandibles are sharp with some strong force behind them. Speaking of rocky ecosystems, this is the Texas cave scorpion, a species restricted entirely to one small limestone-bottomed area in central Texas, teeming with caverns and caves, running from Austin to Del Rio, where these scorpions can be found in caves as well as underneath rocks in the surrounding areas. Finally, these are some of the strangest termites I have ever seen. These are Tenuirostrotermes cinereus, a species found mostly in Texas and northern Mexico. These are a kind of nasute termite, which have a prominent spike on the snout of the workers. This might not look like much at first, but is actually one of the most interesting defense mechanisms of any animal out there. This spike is actually called a fontanelle gun and shoots out a sticky substance to protect the colony from predatory ants and other creatures trying to attack the colony. This is exactly what I love about just getting out in nature and exploring. You never know when the strangest creatures might be hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed learning about the flat-headed snake and some more of Texas's strangest subterranean creatures, then make sure to check out this video right here, where we find a Florida blue centipede. See you there!